former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action. Now Rodgers. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. 26. 17's Mike. Mike 17. So
play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Bryson Hopkins, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Stafford. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Throwing now is Rodgers. Right side to Watson. And he's got room. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good.
Yeah.
Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run here with Dillon. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go.
And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. Williams loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. In motion comes the tight end left. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Play action. Stafford rolling to his left. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run on first down with Akers. And now off to the races down the right side. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 30 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. There he goes left side. 20, 10. He will take this all the way. Touchdown.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On second and a long way to go. Stafford. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Well, Jefferson with a great grab. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. The 20. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson as the first half is winding down. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as good running gets him to about the 44. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Give him 32 on the play. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The slot man in motion right. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now Crosby for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford to Jefferson on the slant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
57 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw. Stafford. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Stafford now to throw. Going up top for Kupp. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. One of the best of the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner in to bring him down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Short completion, just 4 yards, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Watson has it right side. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him now. They tend to leave him in.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Jones. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. On play action, it's Rodgers. He finds Watson. It's caught. He's got room at the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Crosby connects on the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big 4th quarter hold. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost it forever. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
26 Mike.
They'll give this to Akers running right. And some room to roam now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
26 Mike. And watch the lane.
Now a first down throw. Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but
Akers hit. He coughs it up.
And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 31 yards there and a first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Rodgers throwing here. Flush to his right.
Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
On play action, Rodgers.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Rams come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Packers, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for L.A., this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.
Like the